What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lex P.
And it's your girl, Dre and Nicole.
And you are tuned in to another episode of Poor Minds,
where a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
We got a guest today. We got a guest today. Y'all, I'm so excited because I feel like we haven't talked about these topics in a long time, and we have been dying to have somebody who I feel like is an expert to talk on the things that we love to talk about. So we have the beautiful, the smart Talitha Troupe in the building.
Thank y'all for having me, lovely ladies.
Thank you for joining us. And you got your Valentine.
Yes,
I had to get my Valentine on.
Yes, you look good, girl.
Thank
Let
you,
me just say that.
I was trying to keep up with y'all. You know what I mean? I was trying to keep up
amazing.
with.
Yes.
Set the tone.
Okay, so give them an introduction so they can know who you are.
Absolutely. I'm Coach Lee. I am a hypergamous dating coach and business strategist.
Okay.
I help single ladies meet high-value, wealthy men and build their business with his wallet.
Okay.
Period.
So we got some icebreakers, that we want to talk about.
Do it.
So you said a what is it?
Hypergamous
Hypergamous
dating and business strategist.
Okay, so what is a hypergamous?
Okay, so in every country except for this one, of course.
Okay.
Women are brought up to find a man that can hunt, fish, and build a house, figuratively, right?
Okay.
And so, in every other culture except for this one, here in the United States, every single daughter is raised to look for a man that can protect and provide. And so here, for some reason, it's frowned upon. I blame the men. But regardless, it's frowned upon, right? Even some ladies are like, why would you want a rich man? Become a rich man. Well, first of all, I am rich man.
Period.
And secondly, it's no matter who or how you date. No, who want a broke boy?
Nobody.
You ever signed up for a broke boy?
No,
But you had one, though.
I done had one.
And I ain't going back.
Never.
Let's
Not
just
a
make
place
that.
I want to be.
No, it's not fun there.
So I
ghetto.
will say this because I agree with that. I've said that before as well. I feel like every other culture, they literally raise their daughters to marry well. Like they want them to be taken care of.
Absolutely.
They don't even move their children out of the house until, they find the perfect.
Find a
Correct.
husband, yeah.
But, a lot of people's argument is a lot of these people have arranged marriages, and that's what comes with us having the option to, marry for love and marry who we want. So what would be your response to that of the grass is greener on the other side type deal?
Well, the grass is greener where you water it. Let's start there. So whether you have an arranged relationship or a not arranged relationship, now we're in 2024. Nobody in the United States is arranging a marriage. That's far and few in between. That doesn't really happen anymore. You might have super wealthy children that, their parents are like,
You should
that's a
probably
no.
date.
Yeah, that's a no.
Yeah.
That's a no. Stick you in proximity. And that's the key is proximity, right? So
Okay.
that's why all my students, that's why the business strategist kicks in. All my students are boss ladies. They all build their own business, whether it's, monetizing off of social media or whether it's, turning up their nail business or their little hobby on the side and turning it into a real stream of income.
Right.
Because I believe that you should live a soft life with or without a man, but with his wallet is so much easier and so much faster to build what you need to build. And he's going to spend his money anyway. Let's keep it real.
So why not
when you look
spend it
like
on me?
this, exactly.
Look, that's right up her
They're going to spend it
Shit.
anyway. They're going to spend it. You're either going to get, a $400 table at Pasha and a bottle and whatever and have a $700 night, or you're going to take that $700 and start your brand new business and fund it and grow it and get your inventory for it. And that just makes sense to me.
Right.
I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah, he's going to leave at some point. By death or by dishonor, that man is going to go. And when he does, what you going to be left with? Chanel on the floor of your apartment, 24 seat?
Well, I mean, that's what they be having.
It's tragic.
So, yeah.
Okay. So first, I want you to define soft life because I feel like on the internet everybody has a different definition of soft life, and everybody in their soft girl era.
This is true.
And I can tell by your hands,
Looking
bitch,
rough.
it ain't giving soft. A little crusty, a little ashy, but
soft.
it's not soft, baby. That ain't Jergens, bitch.
Yes, no,
It's
I'm
soft
with you.
Adjacent.
Yes. So define exactly what a soft life is.
Yeah, so to me, a soft life is when you have options to choose, right?
Okay.
You have the ability to say, yes, I want that. You have the ability to treat yourself. You have the ability to say, yeah, I want to go. Let's book the flight. Yeah, I want to get that. Let's purchase it. Yeah, I want to move. I'm ready to move. Let's move. That is what a soft life is to me. It's freedom to be able to decide what you want. Some people, it looks like Chanel and Birkin bags. Some people, it looks like, a brand new Porsche. To others, it looks like a man who, takes care of them, opens their door, puts on their shoes, make sure they're not ashy, fix their hair. I mean, my man's running around the studio. Here's your bag. Here's your this. Here's your that. He is by no means.
I seen when he walked in. He had all your jewelry sitting in his hand. I said, "No, that's right."
Yeah,
I think he one of them.
And he is by no means a, what do they call them? Them little sissy boy, sassy boy, kind of like little bottom of the barrel type of. I got it. He ain't that type of dude. He ain't that, right? But his biggest flex is how he treats me, shows up for me, and serves me. So in return, I do the same for him. We both got two different love languages. His output is acts of service, which
I love that.
Baby, that's love language.
Right.
So that's why he'll do these things for me, and the reciprocity is there. But he gets fulfillment in me bossing up. He gets fulfillment in watching me hit studios and watching me grow my brand and watching my numbers rise and watching. And again, whenever, however, whatever it looks like when he's gone, his money that he started my company with continues to roll in, honey. The coins don't stop.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's the vision of soft life for me.
I like that. But you know what? Because this is my thing. Because I'm not going to lie, when I was first scrolling your page, I was like, okay, girl, because what is you telling the girls to do? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, but I love that because that's one thing I will honestly say me and Drea have always preached on this show. If y'all have watched this show from the beginning, y'all know we used to talk about BDBs, a big dick baller, like, girl, go get you one.
Yeah.
But me and Drea always talked about this, and this is why we going to have a good time today. It was like a point where it was like I had men on my line. They was giving me money. I wasn't going buy bags. I wasn't going buy shoes. I was getting out of debt. I paid my car off. Paid my credit cards off. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like girls was watching the show and be like, oh my God, look at Lex. She got this cheap ass wig on. She not having her way. I'm out of debt, bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not walking around here with a 10,000 Chanel bag and not knowing where I'm going to lay my head at.
$10 in it.
Right.
Sis, I know plenty of women that drive these top-notch tier 1 A+ cars and could barely afford to keep it on the road. Like, baby, you driving with no insurance and that? Like, you at the gas pump putting $10 in it?
I mean, because these days it's all about perception. It's all about what it look like. People care way more about looking like they have it than actually having it.
Yes. And that's the secret rule of wealth is when you spend your time looking like money, you really have a hard time being
acquiring
like money.
Yeah.
That's a word.
It is, because you're spending all your money so you can look like it and you're not putting any money into anything that's building wealth.
To impress a bunch of people that'll never pay your bills.
They really don't care.
Or people that don't even have it themselves, even more. So I want to talk about this real quick because obviously this is the Valentine's Day episode.
Yes.
And, we all like to date a certain type of man.
We do.
So I always feel like, because I'm a Leo, and Leos are givers. I love to do stuff for my man. Okay. I like to cook for him. Like, I like to help organize his space. Like, I love to when he comes in, like, babe, you just always get it right. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about things that you can gift or do for a man that has everything materialistically. Because I always say you have to go a little deeper for a high value man.
Absolutely. Yeah, they
like you
thoughtful
can't just be buying him
Let me
stuff.
say this, right? Never go to buying him stuff because it's way below his expectation of the woman, right? He already has the money. So it's like some of my toughest students are the ones that have money. The ladies, my 6- and 7-figure earners, they're the most because they're like, I don't need your money, but what do you need? Do you wanna, I mean, you could take your own trash out, but do you want to?
Right.
You could change your own tire, but do you want to?
Right.
Right? So when it comes to, showing up the reciprocity for your man, it's not so much like whether you're a Leo or a Cancer or what have you. It's more based around what your love language is. People don't realize how deep that goes. There's an inward and there's an outward, right?
Agree.
So that outward love language is what you just said, Lex, like, I love to cook for him. I love to, acts of service is your outward love language. However, if you get with a man that's looking for words of affirmation as his inward love language, you and him are never going to be in a fulfilled relationship because he's not looking for you to, cook and clean. And that's not, my man is in alignment with that, which thank you. What? I will call the lady quick. Please come into the fridge on the floor.
Right?
Yeah, but his is those words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch. He's very like physical friendly. Like even if it's just holding his hand or rubbing his neck in the car, that makes him feel like the motherfucking man. You know what I mean? And so you just have to find out what his outward love language is, what makes him tick.
Right.
And if it's acts of service, then yeah, cooking for him, helping him organize his stuff, those kind of things are going to be like really, really high on his expectations list. He's like ready to marry you now, all because you rearranged his damn drawers and cleaned out the fridge and made him a nice little meal. That's everything to him.
And I always said that though. Like I feel like, because I think we talked about this on another episode. I was saying like I feel like if your love language doesn't align with your partner's, the relationship won't work. And some people think that that's not true, but I really feel like because it's like, how can you make the relationship work if like I'm telling you what I want and you can't give me that and you can't reciprocate it?
As women, we tend to do and love how we want to love. We are very negligent of how the other person wants or needs to be loved. And so we'll jump right into like, throwing it around and flipping upside down and swinging from the ceiling fan.
Oh, gonna put that thing down.
Really, he just wants you to make him feel like, ladies are like, I don't need to boost no man's ego. Actually, you do. And that's why you're still single, sis.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry.
You got to be okay with stroking your man ego a little bit.
If you could stroke his, you could stroke his ego. Come on.
But that's what I was gonna say to what you said earlier. You're like, that makes him feel like the man. I'm sorry. I love making my man feel like he's him.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I love making him feel like, because he is to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you touched on that too, because when I'm dating someone, that's one of the first things I ask them, like, how do you want to be loved?
Yeah.
What does love look like to you? Like, what do I need to do? Because I know how I want to be loved. And I explain it very well. This is my expectations. This is what I want. Like, I'm very much like, I like small gestures. Like, I want to come home and you have roses sitting on the table. That's the type of girl. Like, my man sends me roses all the time because he knows that's what I like, because that's important to me.
Right.
And I look at my past relationships and it was like, I'm asking for roses and they would act like it's a goddamn chore.
Right.
So I think it's important, especially when you're dealing with a high value man or somebody who is rich or who has money. You have to look deeper into it. Like me personally, when I think of a gift, I always think of like, what can make his day go by easier? Yeah. Like when he wakes up in the morning and he's a busy person, how can I put something in his life that's going to be like, make his work go by quicker, or what's going to help him? Like,
and it doesn't even have to be your money that does it.
Right.
Like, you can set him up on a meal plan with a healthy food prep person who's gonna come and drop his meals off in between, and it may not be breakfast, lunch. It could be just lunch. Like, hey, baby, I know you're skipping lunch because you don't have time to make your food the day before, and I know you don't really like certain things, and I know what you like, and I know. So I went ahead and found Susie Q, who's the queen of meal prep, and she's gonna hook you up all week. I want you to try it out. Here's her number. Give her a call, or let me know when you're available. I'll have her call you. Now you just put the financial aspect back in his hand, so he's paying for it. But the fact that
but it's the thoughtfulness.
Okay.
But it's the thought.
But it's the fact that you didn't only think you were a solutionist. We are always all about the struggle. We forget to be the solutionist. We're always about the problem. Us women, we love a good problem. Honey.
Right.
We love a good problem like we love a good cancellation. And when you step outside of that being the problem or adding to the problem and just start to solve them for him, it
you already separated yourself.
Changes. Absolutely. Because the man got some struggles, the man got some problems.
Right.
He wouldn't have a woman if he didn't need something in his life.
Right.
He would just go hang out with the homies. He would just go continue to be single, enjoy his money, live his best life however he sees fit. But he selected you. Women so worried about being chose. You've been selected.
Ooh, I like that.
And I don't know about you, but I want to be selected, honey. I want to be selectable.
Me too.
You know, it's crazy because I feel like a lot of people are probably on the comments gonna be like, oh, this is a pick-me conversation. But I always say this. Humans, we were created in twos, okay? It was Adam and Eve together. We are not meant, even from the beginning of time, to navigate this life by ourselves. So I feel like, what's the problem with somebody wanting love or wanting to find that or yearning for that partnership or wanting to be chosen? Now, it's different when you get to the pick-me stuff where like you overdoing it. Because I do feel like sometimes women can come off desperate for a high-value man.
For sure.
And that's when they go out of their way to be someone that they're not in order to attract him. You don't have to do that. You just need to figure out what he needs and wants in his life, and then you make the decision of, am I that?
Can I be that
Can I
woman?
be that? Do I want to do what it takes and is required to be that? It's a decision that you make. You are the one that's choosing.
Right.
You are the one that is picking. He's selecting. There's plenty of women out there that will toot it up and do it for $1, but
that
there's
ain't me.
very few that will actually fulfill what he wants and needs in his day-to-day life. They might fulfill a sweet, sweet fantasy, but they're not fulfilling him. And that's why men step out. That's why they cheat. That's why they, end up in short-term relationships for a couple minutes because you look good, you felt good for a second, but you're not giving him the thing, the je ne sais quoi. He needs the special something. And it comes from, and listen, let's keep it real. All them people screaming pick me is single anyway.
And I think they throw that word around so freely. Like, I think a lot of the time people don't even really know what being a pick me is.
They don't.
You could say one thing siding with a man and, oh, she's a pick me.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lex P.
And it's your girl, Drea Nicole.
And we are here to talk to y'all about Chime.com. If you're a person who wants to get paid on time, Chime.com is going to make sure you can get paid up to 2 days early.
Yes, they offer so many benefits like fee-free overdrafts. And like Lex said, you can get your money up to 2 days early with qualifying direct deposits.
And they have something called Spot Me. So you can overdraft up to $200 without fees, okay? I'm telling y'all, we all have that time where we need to stretch it to payday a little bit, so you'll overdraft up to $200 and you won't get fined for it, okay? So signing up takes just minutes. You're gonna go to chime.com/poorminds. That's CHIME.com/poorminds. Get your money today, period. Sign up for Chime today. Joining takes just minutes. Get started at chime.com/poorminds. That's chime.com/poorminds. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. or Stride Bank, N.A. Members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. Well, I think it's a difference between because I'm not into the whole gender war thing, but I do sometimes see women agree with some of the most egregious statement that somebody makes just because they want to be on a man's side about something because they think that's what makes them cool.
Yeah.
And they want to be valued that way. But I think there's a difference between that and just standing up for what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean?
And wanting to please your man. I think you can't be a pick me when it comes to your man.
Exactly.
I think you could absolutely be a pick me when it comes to random niggas. If you're just trying to side with men and want men to choose you, a lot of men, that's completely different from wanting to please the one man that you're with.
It's the girl that does the most, wears the most, just to get in the section with all the suckers,
right?
Get a free drink or whatever. That's pick me poison. But when we're talking about pleasing your person, who doesn't want to do that? It just doesn't make sense. Those relationships don't last very long when you don't have the mindset of servancy. We've made submission this cancer. It's like a dirty disease. And being submissive, if you look up the definition of it, it has absolutely nothing to do with you're less than me or you're, somehow above me. It is not. It is actually in a way assuming the role of leadership by being a servant because you understand what your person needs. And so you allow them to lead in those areas, even though you absolutely know the direction you're going. You absolutely can steer into and pivot into. That's the power. Your man says this and you somehow get him to do that. That's the real power right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take, authority to do that because now you're fighting. Now it's a battle. When you are slightly submissive and step into servancy, which we all struggle with, girls, still. I still to this day.
Yeah,
right.
this definitely
Child, we
not
just got into an argument the other day because my little Cutco guy got stuck in the snow outside in my backyard, drove into my yard. I said, baby, he came out the shower to help the man. Why make this man get out of the driver's seat so I could do it myself? I had to check myself 2 times. Like, what is you doing? You know better than this. And so when I came in the house, it was on my mind all night. Next day, I pulled him to the side and I was like, baby, I'm sorry. And he's like, sorry for what? I was like, I tend to do this and think that I'm relinquishing, helping you out and relinquishing the pain point. But really, I'm setting us back 2 steps by not allowing you to just lead and do what you do best.
Right.
Yep.
I'm more than happy to let you do it. Why am I trying to fight it?
I think submission requires trust too.
Oh,
You
for
have to-
sure.
because like when you are submissive to someone, you are 100% trusting your man to lead y'all in the right direction. Like you have to be able to sit back sometimes with your eyes closed and have him holding your hand and just trust that I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be in paradise and we're gonna be where we supposed to end up at.
Yeah.
But don't be dumb. Have your eyes closed like this.
Yeah, like you peeking through a little
Yeah.
bit.
You
You
have your little fingers open.
You peeking with purpose. You know what I mean? I might not say shit right now.
Right,
But
right.
you slip up and go left, and baby, I'm going to steer us back.
I'm going to steer us back
Gotta put
right.
that little training wheel on if they don't know
yeah,
if they're
just a
on the
little
way.
bit. They keep your hand on the e-brake.
Okay, so before we get to these next topics, Ty, what we sipping on today?
Okay.
It
You like
is.
it? Yes. Okay, so our guest likes rum, and I'm super excited because we don't really use rum a lot. We get the tequila, the vodka,
don't.
maybe a little bourbon. So this one, and because it's Valentine's Day, high value. This is called the Pussy Fairy, okay? Because I know I'm about to go sprinkle a little dust on my man, okay? My man. So this one has some spiced rum. We have some chinola, passion fruit liqueur. We have some lime juice, and we have some orgeat, which is like that almond syrup that we like. And it's topped and floated with Angostura bitters. So usually you only add a little bit of Angostura bitters, but that has like that rim, and that's giving a little bit of that spice, a little bit of that herb inside. We have it garnished with a fresh mint sprig and some pineapples. So cheers.
Cheers. This is very tasty. And let me just let y'all know, I tried to cheat on my little dry moment I'm having right now. I said, Ty, slap me a little something. She said, I said, damn, it's strict in this motherfucker.
Lex been trying to cheat this whole 20
Dog,
days.
I have been trying to cheat this whole month, and nobody will let me cheat.
Because you need
And we
to
swear
stay
we don't cheat. Ladies don't cheat.
Okay, I do.
You need to stay consistent.
So y'all know we have a new segment where we like to read the comments and shout y'all out because y'all have been, so sweet to us lately. So we gonna call this segment shout out to _tree for coming up with this. The new segment should be called the open bar when you read comments from us, the poor crew. So we are gonna officially call this segment the open bar. I like that.
I like
New
it.
segment.
Yes, a
Hey,
new segment.
Another reason to sip.
Yes, sip to it, girl.
Girl,
This is
don't
the first
sip away.
time. Okay, so read one of them, Drea.
Okay, so you ladies are so intelligent. I love this podcast. Very versatile topics. I definitely enjoy it more when you guys are solo. Also, Lex, I'm glad you mentioned the hair because I've been wondering this entire show. LOL. Love y'all.
Yes, y'all. My hair is by Rich Look Hair at Rich Look Hair on Instagram. She's so sweet. Hey, Didi girl. I want to read one more so we can move on because I got something to say. I got a lot of topics I want to talk about today. It says, oh, wait. Where's the one I wanted to read? Oh, here. I'm going to read these two, I guess. It says, Drea Nicole really said her booty hole looked like a chocolate starfish. I love poor minds.
It do.
Can confirm it indeed does. Okay. And I want to read one more. It says, nah, I've been binge watching Poor Minds, and y'all two are truly a dynamic duo. Period.
I love it.
Shaq and Kobe.
Hello,
You
on
know what
tour
I'm
and
saying?
all of that.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all for the tour and
Thank
killing
you
it.
so much.
A
Yes,
time
girl.
was
I'm
had.
glad we had a good time, but whew,
How do you
I'm
control her
glad to
on
be
tour?
done. I can't. And I don't
didn't
try
think so.
to. I just let her do her thing.
I didn't think so. I
Everybody
seen
be
some of it.
Drea is so calm. Drea be cutting up too.
I be
She cut up on the slaughter.
You the cut up queen.
I am the
she
cut up
is. She the cut up queen.
I am the cut up.
Somebody make her that T-shirt, please.
Cut up queen.
Yeah.
I love a little
Absolutely.
cut up.
So
Okay.
now it's time to get into our topics. So we got a lot of topics that we wanted to talk to you about today. So for the number one topic that we wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to ask you, do you think that telling women to date rich men is devaluing love?
Well, I think love is an action. It's not a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if your neighbor 5 blocks down dies,
Mm-hmm.
you don't give a damn. You don't cry about it. You don't go to the funeral. You don't send no flowers. You just looking to see who the next neighbor is moving in.
Right.
Right? But if your neighbor right next door, the one that like, might mow your grass, might make sure your bins is brought back in, might tell you when the people's coming to do the street cleaning or whatever. When they die, you're sad.
Yeah.
And you feel it in your heart. And you're like, damn. And that's because that person is doing things for you.
Right.
So in my mind, love is an action. It is an act of service in some measurable way, right? That's why you love her. You see? And by the end of the show, you're going to love me too.
I already do, girl.
But in all honesty, right, the love has not begun because I have yet to do anything for you. As we open up the show and I start saying things that are like, wow, changed my perspective. When I leave, you're going to be like, girl, I love you, girl.
Right.
And it's because of that action. It doesn't mean that I'm buying you things. It doesn't always mean that I'm doing things. It doesn't always mean that, but it's some form of measurable action that creates love. I mean, your grandma and grandpa didn't love each other for 52 years. They just continued to serve one another. They continued to do things for each other. And that's where love comes from. We be so deep in the emotion of dick that we make that the love. And the love landline, hello, hang that shit up. Hang it up. Because that's how relationships end up never getting anywhere.
That's true.
Because there's no action involved. So you just emotionally vested in one another for no damn reason.
Right.
And then you find somebody else that does something for you. Child, you go to that bar by yourself and that man buys you a drink, pulls out your chair, calls valet for you. All of a sudden, you don't love your man no more.
Right.
All of a sudden, you like, man, this guy that I met was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with that. I do. But on the other side, because that's what I'm wondering too. So that makes me feel like if you can love somebody by measurable things that they do, does that mean that like if somebody comes in and does things measurable for you that are more than what your man is doing, not you specifically, but anybody who's dealing with someone, does that mean like you can be loving more than one person? Are you open to leave your relationship?
That's the question. Are you open to leaving your relationship, or are you noticing the things that these other people are doing for you and bringing that back home and shamelessly plugging it in communication with your person, right? Because if they don't know you want something or need something or like, if you didn't tell me you like flowers, I wouldn't know. Right? So I'm never going to show up with flowers. I don't know that's what you like.
Right.
I'm assuming, just like the last girl I dated or whatever, that you don't like flowers. Flowers are tacky, they corny, they low vibration or whatever.
Right.
So you have to be, in constant communication with your person. Now, also, let's not be stupid and put ourselves in proximity with people that I would never be around another man long enough for him to do more for me than my own.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Because I'm not looking for another man. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for somebody to fill a void. We do that when there's something missing. We don't do that just because. Like, women are really not, women don't cheat. So, we not out here doing just go with it. Yeah, see? Now it's official. None of us women cheat. Ever.
We don't.
Anywhere in the world, when you look at a woman, she faithful. And she faithful because she got fulfilled man at home that does things for her. And the ones that don't, they the ones that slide around and find something else and fill other shoes, and they want some dick and they want some dollars and they want whatever they're missing. That's what they go hunting for.
Right.
So fellas, let's not be stagnant. Let's not be, let's not show up empty-handed in the actionable account. Let's make sure that thing is filled all the time, and you never have a problem. You could put me in a room full of men right now, dicks down to the floor, and I'd be like, please get me out of here.
Right.
Like right now.
Well,
I'll
escort you out. Send her to the back.
but I don't find desire in other people pleasing me. It doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
It doesn't excite me. It doesn't Like, I'm not thirsty for that attention because I get all of that and then some.
Yeah, and I always wonder why people stay in situations if you aren't completely fulfilled. If you feel like you with this man, but you have to go outside of him for other things, like, oh, maybe he's not buying you enough gifts, or maybe he doesn't show acts of service, or maybe, y'all don't share the same love language, and so you looking for it in other people, why stay in the relationship?
Because
It's like,
we don't want to be alone.
Are people afraid that they will never find what they're
We
looking for?
don't want to be alone, and we know we're not enough for that next one.
Right.
We know that next guy that does all those things, that has all those things, we know deep down inside, when I say, people are going to rip me for this, like, you said women aren't enough. We ain't. We show up half-assed all the time and expect somebody to show out for us. So
I can agree with that.
When
That's true.
when we put ourselves together and you become a high-value woman, when you have
Mm-hmm.
some shit to say, when you sit down, when you have something to offer, when you're in the room, when you change the dynamic of a room, when you walk out of it,
Mm-hmm.
that is what elevates you on your woman spectrum. And so all the men are looking towards that woman, right?
Right.
The one that walks in, creates impact, and leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a tendency of looking for men that are above what we're willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the pick-me comes in, right? Because most women aren't that. We don't operate in excellence all the time.
Right.
And we are looking for to receive, but there's no reciprocity.
Right.
And that's when, we stay in those relationships because they're easy, they're comfortable. They don't require you to stretch and grow
Right.
and evolve and leap. They require you to just sit comfortable and cute
Right.
and pretty and
And that's what I was gonna say,
those-
because I was in a situation like that on and off, to where I'm like, that. I mean, he wasn't hitting none of the marks, like none of them. But it was like I felt like I loved him so much, and I was like, I'm gonna make this work because this is my person. I had convinced myself that this was my person, but it was like once I finally really decided to like let that go, and this is no shade to him because he's an amazing man, just not the man for
for
me.
you, right?
I realized how much I grew as a woman, as a person, but I was out of my comfort zone.
Let me ask you a real question. What made you convince yourself that he was the one, the soulmate? Was he just available for you? Was it?
I think at the time that I had met him, I had just moved I had lived in Houston. Like, we were dating probably like 8 months before I moved out here. And I think it was comfortable because I moved out here. I didn't have any money. I didn't really have much going on. And I felt like he accepted me. It was a lot of trauma bonding too that we had. It was a lot of trauma bonding. Like, we were always going, like, he was going through something, I was there. Vice versa. I was going
That'll
through
do
something,
it.
and he was there. And I just felt like, okay, he knows me. He knows me. He gets me. He sees me. Like, everybody else sees Lex P on Poor Minds, but he really sees my heart. And it's like, but you've had no growth with this person. Like, I felt like when I got out of that relationship, I was like, even I had gotten another relationship with somebody after him, and I was like, I really don't know how to be a partner to somebody. Like, I don't know how to be a good woman. And I'm not blaming that on him, but it was just, it was no growth of me as a woman to the partner I am now to my man. Like, if my ex saw the things that I do, he'd be like, who the hell is this bitch?
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But but that's what I'm saying. Like, I was the one, like, sneaking out, going on vacation with this man, going on doing this, going on trips with him. He like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm just like, well, I'm just not happy. I'm not satisfied. It's like, this is just not the area you're supposed to be in but it was comfortable.
We tend to lean into comfort.
I didn't have to
for
do it. I didn't
sure.
have to show up as a woman.
Yeah.
I didn't have to be a partner to him because he was accepting it. We was both accepting bullshit for each other, so it was easy. Now I'm challenged. Like, I have to show up.
Yes.
And I have to be, I have to do these things for this man because he's strict, not strict, but his expectation.
He's firm on
on what he
expectation.
wants.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what he wants. And I'm
Absolutely.
like, okay, I gotta step up
Absolutely.
to the
Mine
plate.
too. And when he don't get it, he will pull me to
Same.
the side and politely tell me, sometimes not so politely.
Right.
But he'll just keep it real and be like, listen, this is what I need from you.
Yeah.
And I need you to deliver. Like, he'll never tear me apart in it.
Right.
Like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, but he'll pour in a way that makes me want to expand and makes me want to stretch because we do get comfortable.
I
I've been
agree.
4.5 years in my relationship. We get comfortable. And before you know it, like, things start piling up and more of this and more of this and more. And you don't realize that it ain't what he wants
Yeah.
Right.
until he tells you. and then you fix it. Some men never tell you. They'll just,
Right.
They'll just walk away or walk
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
or leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely had, a heartbreak or two in my life. I was like, what happened?
Right.
Why we can't fix it? We can't make it work? No, because you ain't working. You ain't clocked in 6 months.
Right.
That's true. I mean, and you was right. Like the relationships that make you grow and make you take accountability, that shit is hard. Like people really don't talk about that because it's always, in my opinion, because I'm a person who I feel like I never wanted to, like I ran away from commitment for like such a long time. And now that I'm like in a relationship and I've been pretty much in it for like a year and like probably a year and a few months.
Okay.
And it's so hard because it's been so many times where I just wanted to walk away because that's the easy thing to do. It's way harder to change things about yourself, especially when somebody is telling you sometimes.
Somebody who you care about.
Somebody who cares about you and somebody that you care about, but human nature, you can't help but still feel attached.
Very true.
And it's harder to stay in situations and really change those things about yourself because it makes you so uncomfortable.
You'd be like,
Me?
I'm
Nothing wrong
not
with me.
Go take a nap. Let's come back to this
Right.
conversation because you got something wrong.
I do want to talk about the difference though, because I seen this video that just went viral. This girl, she's a TikToker. She's like 28 or 29, and she was telling the story of how she met her husband. So basically, she said she was sitting at the bar and she was selling pussy, basically.
Yeah.
And she told the man her price, like $1,000 or something. But they ended up hitting it off, having a great conversation, and now like they're married.
Engaged,
Let me tell you why that happened. Now, I don't know specifically who you're talking about. You're going to tell me after.
Yeah.
But here's what happened. It's not what she was doing at the time. It's who the bitch was becoming. Okay? She might have been sitting there selling pussy at the time because that's what she knew how to do. But she had some other things that was brewing and going on. She had some other ambitions, some other incentives that she was after that she tied him to during that conversation. Because if she sat and said nothing outside of like this coochie,
Right.
she wouldn't have got the coin. She wouldn't have married the man. He wouldn't see anything in her. There's no substance there.
Right.
But because he sat with her and gave her the opportunity, because it's easy to buy some coochie. Coochie is $40, a pack of Black and Milds, and a Swisher
Yes.
Sweet.
Damn
Inflation
sorry,
hit
gotta
everything except coochie. I'm
Yeah,
telling y'all
no, for
right
real.
now.
You ain't gotta pay $1,000
And
for
so,
it.
no, you definitely don't. You don't even have to spend anything. You can
Right,
just
you can get it
Netflix,
for
chill,
free.
and some chocolate, and you in there, right? So that woman, whoever it was, and I know this from coaching thousands of women all over the globe. I have students in damn near every country, okay? What's happening is that man is sitting down with an expectation of who this woman is, and she hit him with a whole 180 and was like, but I'm also this, and I'm also aspiring to do that, and I'm also working on this. When a woman has a plan for business, you don't need a business plan, okay? I've made like $1 million in my company in the last couple years, and you don't need a business plan. Eventually you might when you're, dealing with actual products that you're shipping and whatever. But or you need some capital. But all you need is a plan for business. You just gotta wake up and be like, I want to do a podcast. Oh, I'm gonna go on Amazon and order this backdrop. Oh, you might not even have those things accomplished. But if you can speak to it, pay attention. If you can speak to it, he will sponsor it. And if you share it with him, opens the wallet every single time. Because he wants to see you win. High value men, not all men. Other men will be like, damn, that's real.
good. That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, let me know I'm a
how you gonna do that?
Yeah.
When you gonna do that by? Right? But if you hit him with your goals, and he's a high value man, if you hit him with your goals and when you want to accomplish these goals by, okay? This is I charge $10,000 for. So if you listen now, you hit him with your goals, you give him a timeline, and you let him know what you're working on. Not what you want to do, but what you are doing. That man will show up and show out, and the wallet and the account opens right up.
I agree with that.
So I will say though, there's a lot of men who have money though that get mistaken for a high value man. Because I would say money
It's
doesn't make you
different.
high value.
Oh no,
True.
for sure.
Because there's a lot of men with money out here, they want you to depend on them. They do not want to.
Yeah, they don't wanna help you
They
build.
want you to. So how can women tell the difference between, because like a man will do for you as far as he might buy you a bag, you know, he might give you a little money, but he never gonna give you enough to really invest in yourself
your
or
business.
to do something.
Yeah, that's because women make the mistake of allowing the man to lead and determine. When we find a man with some money, we get all excited. Like, coochie is instantly
Yes.
wet.
Okay.
We start sweating.
I'm
we
sweating
text our
right now.
homegirl like, yeah.
And he ain't even did nothing yet.
Ain't even
He
did
hasn't
nothing.
even sneezed on you yet,
Yeah.
right? He bought you 2 drinks at the bar. You had a little conversation. Now your coochie is dripping down to your ankles.
Right.
So what happens is we move too soon and we get too excited too fast because the bitch never had no money.
Right.
Right? So that's why the women that do operate different than the women that don't, right? When you ain't never had it, you're impressed by the littlest things.
Yep.
Right.
But if you lead with what it is you're working on and you drop those cues to him and you let him know what it is that you desire and you're not talking about bags and shoes, he's going to treat you basic and bag and shoe you to death because that's what he knows is easy. Right? He's not being challenged, so he's not going to rise to the challenge. You understand? But when you set a tone in the very beginning, I always say speak to it early and often. Because if you sit down with a chick and she's talking about fashion and shoes and clothes, and you're gonna take her to Chanel.
Yeah.
If you sit down with a chick and she's talking about building her business and not quite having enough in her bank account to buy this building or make this next move, your goal is to now help her achieve that thing because you want a piece of pussy.
Right.
And so if you want to get that piece of pussy, you're gonna help her hit her goal so she gets all excited. You could spend 30 minutes in Chanel and get your bag and walk out and it's done. And now you're like, legs to the ceiling in the hotel room. You know what I mean? Red bottoms on still. So excited about these shoes. You getting blown out in these shoes.
Yes.
But then you go home to
And it's
your
like-
broke ass
Yep.
apartment with your bad credit score and your little hoopty and whatever. Even those girls that they got some money because they had a man buy them a car or whatever and they stunting and they think that shit is cute. But then men don't invest in you. And you're like,
Right.
why, coach? Why these men don't give me no money?
Yeah.
Because you're not investable. I don't know if that's a
Right.
word, but it is now.
It
just
is.
made
You're
it
not
one.
giving him something to invest in. There's no value there. So where do you want him to? He's a businessman. Girl, he's a businessman. He's not just throwing his money out there. Unless he's in a strip club, he is not.
That's true.
He's wise with his income.
Yeah.
He's not just going to spend it on somebody.
Right. So do you feel like our society though, like focuses on that a little too much though? Like what men have and what, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that that's like become a focal point? It's kind of messing up dating?
I think it's more of what men will give us when it comes to showing out. The gram has done it again.
Yes.
And a girl would love, there's nothing they want more than to go sit in Chanel with their little drink,
And
the little
post a little
champagne.
boomerang.
Post a bitch, a boomerang.
Yes, they love a little
No, for
boomerang,
real.
Drea. Shut
For real. Listen, the broke baddies love a good
The
boomerang.
broke
baddies.
They do. They love a good boomerang.
Damn.
And they'll walk out with a $10,000 Chanel without a single line of credit to go in their wallet to stick in the bag, okay? And they crumbling their money up and putting it in the zipper slot.
Don't
I
even-
can't stand
Not rolling it
it.
up.
They just crumbling it up, just folding it in however
Don't even
ways.
got a wallet.
Disrespectful to the coins. And they love that.
Yeah.
They eat it up.
'Cause it
Not
look
me. Not me. Take me to where I'm going to buy some property. Take me to where I'm investing into my longevity of my account.
Right.
Not just quick, fast, here and now. So we get obsessed over what this man can instantly do for us. Like, oh, girl, because we don't know how to keep a man. So we like, get him and get him quick.
Right.
Get him quick, get him now, get him fast.
Right.
And that's how we move. But if you're invested in yourself, you're going to look for longevity. And when you look for longevity, you're strategic in what you do, sis. You're not just out here like, oh, let's go to Chanel. You're like, hey, listen, as much as I would love that $12,000 Chanel bag, I have been saving up for a property because I really want to take my hair brand to the next level and speak to it. I've looked at this location, and this location, and I really want this one, but they want this much down on the property, and I don't have that much yet.
Right.
Especially if I want to put chairs in it and design it and decorate it. That man is like, well, okay, baby, let me go ahead and reach in this one. How much you need for the check?
Right.
Because women don't talk that hot shit.
Yeah.
They talk hot girl shit,
Right.
and there's a difference.
And I think a lot of women definitely be missing that. Like, if you ask a man to invest in you, and you should want a man to invest in you to where he's helping you make more money, because even if the relationship don't work out, now you set up, now you straight, and you can make your own money. You can go buy yourself a few more Chanel bags. A nigga buy you a Chanel bag, and then that's it.
Now you selling a Chanel bag. Now you in the... Girl, now you on the real trying to get rid of the damn bag.
Poshmark.
Hello.
Look, I got mine.
You a Poshmark princess.
Right.
Like, anybody want this bag?
Princess is crazy.
What?
Okay, so talk about, because we do have male listeners as well.
Right.
So talk about what dating would look like for, you know, a guy who's maybe making just like $100,000 a year, you know, and he's a high value man in every aspect of it. He's a good guy, but maybe he doesn't have the income to be, you know, giving $10,000 to a woman to, you know, invest in her business.
Absolutely.
So what does dating look like for like the average? 100,000 is not even the average person. Let's
Let's keep it
so
real.
let's keep it real for the average person who is making $50,000. That's a good person. What does dating look like for them?
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you. When
You're not ready to date. And you're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park, but eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe. And now you got expendable cash.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying you gotta pay to play to be with a woman. I'm simply saying courtship costs.
Right.
It is not free
It's
to
not.
date. Like some of us can't even take our homegirl out and it's free.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You peeling off a little check for shorty's drink. So it's like, why do we expect anything else of women with a man? Like, fellas, if you're broke, don't date. You're not ready to date yet. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money.
That's what I was about
You
to
understand?
ask. Do
If
you
she
think-
doesn't want anything financially
Right.
from you, if she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run, because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become in order to thrive in this world.
Right.
She doesn't set expectations for you. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Same jeans is wild. You be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me. You be
Well,
cutting
I'm
up.
gonna cut up coke clean.
That's look.
You still got it.
They say they be trapping when they wear the same jeans for 3 days.
They
They
be
be
working
hustling.
hard.
Listen, I don't want that either. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I've dated drug dealers in my past, and that's cute and everything when you're in your 20s.
Yeah,
I'm
when you
35 years old.
Right.
I am not dating no damn drug dealer. Don't know who's gonna run up in my door. Don't know what's gonna happen in the streets when we out together. You can't protect me. It doesn't matter how much protection you have on you.
Yeah.
You can't protect me if that's what you're doing and that's your motive and that's how you get your money.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I don't really know many rich drug dealers, because they live that life. They're
Right.
spending it. As fast as it's coming, they're spending it. And so you might come up on a little come up in a man that's like, here, baby, here's 20 bands. And if you're smart with it, you'll go do with it what you know you need to do.
Right.
But when you're with a hustler, you don't.
Because the money
Because you're
keep
trying
rolling
to
in.
you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. He take you out. His homies all got girls in Chanel and Balenciagas and whatever. And you like, damn, I need to go get that. And so you go take your little money and you go shopping to make you a little boomerang. And now your bank account is suffering until he gives you another chunk. You
Right.
just don't know how long that's gonna be, how long that's gonna last.
That's true.
So realistically, you just have to be wise with who you date, because as a man, you can easily slip into a situation with a woman that keeps you stagnant and at the bottom. If you get with a woman that's moving and she's got, what they say now? Motion.
Yeah,
motion.
a little motion. She got motion.
I got a little seasoning. I'm a little aged, okay? Like fine wine. But yeah, when you got a little motion and you're in action,
Right.
you can elevate a man easily, one that wants to be.
Right. Okay.
But if you're making 50K and you're looking for one of these, you're not
Ain't
getting
gonna
that.
happen.
That ain't
You're not getting that. And it's not about my shoes cost this and my MAC makeup
Yeah.
cost this. It ain't about that.
At
It's
all.
about what experiences can you do for me? How can you elevate me mentally if you're still stuck at 50K and comfortable?
Right.
50K
Okay, I
is
see
not
what you're saying.
comfortable.
It sure
I've
ain't.
made 50K before, and baby, I was getting yellow tags on the door all the time with my electric about to be shut off.
It's just
I
not
was-
realistic
it's not-
in this
it's not
economy.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be at 50.
It's not.
So for the fellas that's making 50, use this little word to inspire you to tap into the things that you know. Knowledge is the new currency.
Right.
For real, for real. You could sell knowledge like this. And so whatever you've experienced in whatever line of work you got, I mean, we got fellas running the show. You know what I'm saying? They behind the scenes on the cameras. They can teach all of that to someone else and make money.
Right.
Just from that alone, just from that little knowledge alone. Big knowledge, really.
Right.
So like these fellas underestimate the power of what they've been through and their experiences. And they think that, oh, it's just, you know, an experience, just, oh, I did this and tuck it in the back. No, you can sell those secrets to what you did and what you've experienced and make more money.
Yeah, people get so offended too when you say that they shouldn't date when they don't have no money.
hate that.
But I 100% agree with you. It's
But they're
funny.
also broke.
That's true.
Those are the people.
It's for sure.
Yeah,
Those are the
man
only people that get
150
offended
is
by
never
that.
like,
Yeah.
we'll date when you're broke.
Right.
He probably
yeah.
agree.
That is
that.
true.
Yeah, because I feel like your focus needs to be elsewhere. If you don't have any money, you can't even enjoy life.
No.
So you damn sure can't enjoy a woman because women need things. Women need things.
It affects your mental.
Yeah.
It affects your challenges and
Broke
how you
niggas be
face
mean.
them.
And they be
Yes,
They
I'm
be
telling you.
so
And they be
mad.
quick in the bed too. 3 seconds, and they be like,
Get off
"Oh
me,
my God, that was amazing." And you're like, I didn't even blink twice yet. Like, what is happening? And it's because that stagnant mentality. It affects you in every area.
Yes.
Your friends are terrible. You have no loyalty in your circle. You got you know. Issues within your family, like, and I'm not saying that these things don't happen when you have money,
Right.
but they occur much more often and last much longer when the pain point is how much do I get paid?
Right.
Like, it's real.
That is true.
So for the fellas, and now mind you, you don't have to be the richest man in the room. You just have to be the one most willing.
Right.
I say this to my students all the time. Stop searching for the richest man in the room because we all not getting a millionaire.
Right.
We're all not, I don't care how bad you are, we're not all bagging the CEO of somewhere.
telling
Ain't
you.
enough CEOs.
I said this a long time ago on the show. I said, y'all will be chasing this man worth $10 million and he's not gonna give you nothing, and you passing up the guy who makes $150,000 that'll take you around the world trips with him.
Right.
I tell this story all the time. I know y'all heard it 1,000 times, but I went on a first date to Paris one time, and the guy he worked for Google. He made 6 figures. He had a good job. He loved to travel, and he would love taking me places. And that was my first time doing something like that. But I was like, he wasn't no millionaire.
No, he simply was smart. He know you book the flight on a Tuesday. So it's the
Exactly.
cheapest. You leave on a Thursday. You come back on Sunday, Monday.
Yup.
He just knew.
And we had a
Yeah.
time, and I just told her because we were talking about traveling earlier, and I said, you know, when he bought me that flight was like $400-something. You know,
He's
This
smart.
one-
2017 me was like, oh my God, girl. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but I feel like if you have a man who's giving, that's gonna mean more any time than you dealing with, because he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
I need to have him. If he not making $100,000 in this per month, and I can't date
That's
him.
the biggest
sis.
mistake we
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Because honestly, the more money you have, the smarter you are with it, the longer you hold on to it, and the less you release it. So when you are in that, $100,000 6-figure realm, those men are willing because they have yet to find a woman that is going to multiply that 6 figures.
Right.
They find women that are going to take from that 6 figures, but they rarely
But not-
find one that will
yeah.
multiply it. And that's what we do. That's what we're born and designed to do. We procreate, we multiply.
Yep.
And so when a woman, meets a man that is not the richest in the room, all you have to do is make sure he's the one most willing. Fellas, if that's you and you're like, damn, I ain't got, I'm just scratching the surface of 80,000. I'm just scratching the surface of 6 figures. I don't really have it like that. One, check how you're living, because if you're living above your means, that's a big issue. 2, how do you spend your money? Do you go buy sections for your homeboys to go hang out and pop bottles and drink? Are you in the hookah lounge every week? 3, check your investments. If you don't got no investments, if you're not pouring into something that's going to make you more money, you're going to be stuck at that 6 figures forever because
Right.
you're exchanging time and money. There's only so many hours you can give to a workspace to get paid, right? So you have to start to think about, how can I entrepreneur? How can I start making a bag outside of just right here clocking in, right? And so that's when the knowledge to experience comes into play. Knowledge to profit comes into play. But if you're that guy, you just have to think about where else you're spending, how you're investing, and what difference that money would make if it was sown into a woman who knows how to make something multiply.
Right.
Because when it's sewn into her, not only will you make more money, but you will live a more fulfilled life. You'll be able to do the Paris. You'll be able to do the, trips out the country, and you'll be able to go into a designer store. You might not be able to go every week. You might only be able to go once a year.
Right.
But you can still go. You have the option to choose. So, fellas, it ain't the richest man in the room. It's the one most willing. And if you're not willing and you're not rich, well, then you're just gonna grab one of them little ghetto babies with the bad wig.
So what advice do you have for women to help them become a multiplier? Or is there some shit that's just in you already? Either you are one or you're not.
That's a great question. So the desire can be built, right? Just by being in proximity with other boss ladies. Like I've never seen a woman sit on this couch that was a nobody.
Right.
Why? Because why would I interview a nobody? Right? Like, why would you bring somebody to the sofa who can't say shit?
A lot of them be asking, I'll be like, girl.
They be like, maybe not today.
I'm being for real.
Maybe not today.
Maybe a Patreon.
Send us an email, okay?
Okay.
But when you have something to say and you bring substance, right? So that can be learned or that can be in you. In order to learn it, you have to put yourself in proximity with other women. It might not be on the sofa yet, but you might be able to see, oh, these two is headed, Lex and Drea is going to such and such event. I'm going to put myself in proximity. I'm going to make sure I'm in the building. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to make sure I have something to say when I go to speak to them. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to have something I'm working on, some kind of accolade. You put yourself in proximity. When you already have it in you and you are around people that aren't, brewing and stewing, you stay stagnant. You do what your friends do.
Right.
And I'm sure y'all know that because that's what keeps you so close. Because if she decided, to stop getting dressed, stop growing, stop pouring into the show, showed up here, white girl wasted and whatever, you'd be like, girl. I'm
gonna show up white girl wasted.
Get it together. No, you get white girl wasted when you get here.
Right.
There's a difference.
Definitely.
Just like, well, we're just going to skip past this portion of the show. Let's go to commercial break and we'll be right back.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, XP.
And it's your girl, Dre Nicole.
And we are going to talk to y'all once again about starting therapy. We're in the beginning of the year, so new year, new me.
Yes, I love BetterHelp. It has changed my life so dramatically, and it's super easy, y'all. All you have to do is sign up, and you can get a therapist the same day. And one thing that I love about it is it's convenient and it's flexible. You can talk to your therapist from literally anywhere, the comfort of your own home, or you can talk to them on the go on the app.
One good thing about therapy is not only does it help you working on yourself, but it can help with your relationships with your family members, with co-workers, whatever you have going on in your life. You have to improve yourself first. It all starts with you.
Right.
So what you're going to do is go to betterhelp.com/poorminds. That's better, HELP.com/poorminds and get 10% off of your first month. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit betterhelp.com/poorminds today to get 10% off of your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/poorminds. So another thing I wanted to bring up too, because we always talk about like attracting a high value man. So what are some tips that you can give to the girls who, because I feel like I'll be 35 this year as well. And a lot of times people are in the comments like, you and Drea talk about this, but y'all's dating experience is not the average person's dating experience.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Even when I didn't have money, I have a long ongoing joke on the show. I got $3 because I literally used to have $3, but I never attracted men who did. I haven't attracted men who didn't have shit since I was in like college. So I've always attracted a certain type of man.
Right.
I don't know what it is about me. I don't know. Men, I can't remember the
It's
last.
because you know how to talk that shit.
Yeah.
Look, you could be, that's why the bad wig thing is going viral right now, right? Like, oh, you got to put on your dusty wig.
To get the,
Highly, it's a 0 out of 10. I do not recommend.
Right.
Me neither. By the way,
what Keith Lee
my
said,
testimony.
It's a 0 out of 10.
Yes.
I do not recommend.
Do not
Please
recommend.
do not get a bad wig.
Please do not. But what happens is men that meet those women, their guard is down. They feel more comfortable because it's intimidating to walk up to a woman that looks like this and just break conversation, especially if you're an introverted man and you're not, flashy and all of that. So it's easier to approach that woman. And then when you sit down with her and she has something to say, day, you're intrigued. And now that's how the bad wig gets you somewhere.
Right.
Right? It's not about like
The bad
It's
wig
not
is
really
an
about the
icebreaker.
wig.
it's not a it's
I'm fucking
listen,
weak.
but it's true. It's true. A man will walk up to her before he'll walk up to the girl that's dripped down with Chanel on, with that shit on, with makeup to the gods. They're intimidated too.
They know what they gotta come with.
They know they're intimidated too. They know that damn COVID killed my conversation. I really don't know how to talk to chicks no more. Let me try to warm up. They get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They start sweating, and so that's where that comes in. That's why that works for the women that it works for.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I met my man, and most of them is lying, but the ones that aren't lying,
Yeah.
that's why it works. So just you being inviting and feeling like welcoming and warm and being that person that's like smiling at somebody else versus like resting bitch face all the time.
Right.
That is what makes these men approach you and drawn to you. Whether you got on a Fashion Nova or whether you're stepping out of a Ferrari, it doesn't matter.
I be stepping out the
Because-
Ferrari in my fashion.
Okay, that's the real tea there. The girls don't know, but it's true. Like you have this inviting personality that makes people want to. That's why you make great show hosts,
Right.
Because you have this energy that people want to be around you. They want to talk to you. They want. Some women just be bitches.
They be mean.
Oh
And
my
you just-
God.
we say that all the
I hate
time.
mean girls.
I do not like mean
They're
girls
just mean,
either.
and they
Yes.
walk around with this whole energy
This
and
air,
attitude
this
of like,
aura.
I deserve and you're beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
And men aren't attracted to that. They might be for a second, but those
Right.
are submissive little cuck men that like
Right.
different stuff when you go home.
Not
You know what I
cuck
mean?
men.
They like, you know a BBC?
And we gonna
Can he come over?
second.
Yeah.
So be a pleasant person. Be
Yeah.
warm. What are some other tips that they
Have
can do
something to say.
Okay.
Be working on something. Be in action. Don't be a stagnant somebody because then you become that nobody in the room. If you can't impact a room with what you have to say,
Right.
if you can't make someone's day brighter, if you can't, drop a bean of encouragement, if you can't speak to something that elevates who you are, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. I've come across men I'm wearing sweatpants, little champion sweatpants, and they're like, I'll do anything for you.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
because when they meet me and they speak to me, I'm not thirsty to like, how much money do you make? Where can you take me on a date?
Right. Right.
We're only gonna go to this location and that location, and don't Cheesecake Factory me. Like,
Right.
I've walked away from dates at the hibachi with hundreds of dollars in my pocket,
Right.
with 1,000, 1,500 in my pocket, and I didn't do anything. I didn't have to be on my back. I just had to speak to what I was working on.
Oh, same girl. We
I'm
same
working on
tribe.
this. I'm in action doing this. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm growing. And here's how
Yep.
you can help me.
Right. Because I think there's more important things. Like you said, people are worried about the show, the boomerangs. Like y'all are so worried about this. You don't want to go to cheesecake. Like y'all are being so worried about the smallest little things that don't matter.
Yeah.
It
Worry about
doesn't
Cheesecake
matter.
Factory knowing you just ate chips.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You've been
it
hungry
just
for
be-
2 days.
Like the connection doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
People just care about what they can show off or look like they have something that's better than the next person.
Absolutely. People cut up on me all the time because I drive me a little mom car. You know what I mean? Little Honda and stuff. And they be like, oh, you make all this money. Why you don't drive it? But baby, I could buy whatever you driving right now 2 times if I wanted
Right.
to. Next week, if I really wanted to.
Right.
It's so
But-
crazy.
But it's not about stop doing shit for people that will never pay your bills.
Literally.
That's
and,
it.
and anybody smart will know cars are like the worst thing. That's the thing. People with money will tell you when you make money, that's the last thing you need to really be buying.
It depreciates
anyway.
as soon as you drive it off the lot.
Literally. I was just talking to Dre about that the other day. I was like, bro, I think I'm gonna get me a new car this year. But I've been saying that for the past 2 years because I don't got a car. No, I don't want a new
Me
car.
too. You know it's real when you be on the road and you be like, I'm waiting for you to hit me. Go ahead. I've been waiting to get a new
You
car.
ready.
That's me. My daughter said to me the other day, she was like, Mom, if you don't just go get a new car,
I'm like, no.
you stay talking about waiting for somebody, just go get a new car. I'm like,
can't.
I will not.
I'm not. I ain't got
will
no
not-
car.
I will
no.
not.
No,
love
I
it
feel you.
here.
Because
Okay.
how I look at it is I got to exchange like about, the car I want is about 160. Actually, it's like 180 with all the little works that I want on it. Porsche, brand new Porsche Cayenne. Sorry, Macan Sport.
Yeah.
You know, it's dear. But I have to exchange. I mean, I make $30,000 to $50,000 a month doing what I do from my phone, living a good life. Do I want to trade in 5 months of my life for a car?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell
Sometimes
no.
you really do have to put it in perspective like that.
You really do, because I'm telling you, bro. Like, I just feel like my car works just fine. I barely drive.
I put less than 10,000 miles a year on my car.
I'm telling you, I do not be in my car like that.
I pity the fool who needs to get their paycheck in order to pay their car payment.
Ooh, child.
Look, I ain't had a car note in like 2 years, and I be thinking about getting another car, and I just do not want one. I just
Now,
love
if you
not
would
having
like
a car
to
note.
gift us a brand new car, we
Right.
will politely
We accept cars
and
now.
we accept cars.
That's how I
We
got
do.
my last one.
But
Right. So now it's time to get into the bed. Hey.
The bed.
Bow.
The bed.
Bow.
Bow. Bow. Bow. Bow.
ooh, don't bow me, girl. I will be
It's funny because you
Child.
actually kind of brought this up a little bit.
What?
okay.
So today we want to talk about rich sex. And when I say rich sex, like, I think dealing with the type of men that we have dealt with in the past, we know things can get a little scandalous in the bedroom sometimes when you deal with a certain type of man. So I want to talk about, do rich men take sex to the extreme out of boredom? Because I feel like sometimes in the bedroom, they can get a little outrageous from personal experiences that I've had. And I'm like thinking in my head, the only way you got introduced to things like this, or you can even enjoy something like this, is just like you're literally bored with your sex life because you've done everything around the sun. Because like you said, it's easy to buy pussy. You can throw money in certain women's face and they will literally do anything.
3 backflips.
Literally anything in the
Yeah.
bathroom. And I'm like, hey, I am not that girl. Auntie Tide, what are you doing? So let's talk about the bedroom with rich men.
Well, I have to agree that men with a lot of money have certain kinks. And I don't necessarily know if it's because they've done it all, but I think they know that we do something strange for a piece of change. So if I tell you to stick this bottle in your booty hole, you gonna do it. Absolutely. And clap 3 times. Pop, pop, pop. Right? They know you're gonna do it. Because
And then
what
pour the drink.
Because what are you gonna do? Say no? You know what I mean? It's like a man that's trying to court you and you give him a little task or something, he gonna do it.
Right.
Because he wants you, right? So
Right.
they know that they have money leverage. That's number 1. They know they have financial leverage. 2, I think that when you move in certain, and when we talk rich men, I'm talking like multi-millionaires,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because this doesn't really apply to the guys that aren't making multi-millions. Because they're
Right.
not operating within these weird, funny space. I mean, we just seen the P. Diddy show, did we not?
Yes.
I be feeling like people just be freaky.
Did we not see the show? The whole
Well,
everything
I'm
that's going
telling you,
on. They said
yes.
don't go to the take that mansion.
Yeah.
Right. So
The freak
so
off.
It's the freak off, girl. I feel like they had a song that plays all the time.
Yeah.
So what happens is that when you got money like that, you use that financial leverage, and that puts you in different circles with people that also have the same interests.
Right.
You start the swinger shit. You start, you know what I mean, exploring different avenues that you can now pay for. Because those avenues, I mean, do you know many broke boys that get threesomes on a regular? No. Do you know many broke boys that get to, and now we're not talking about the stank booty broad with the friend that from around the corner. She gonna come over.
After the club, they
I
get
ain't talking-
horny.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Lord, y'all be outside. I'm talking about the average dude who, you know, works at Foot Locker or whatever. He's not getting 3-4 chicks to do strange things from the ceiling fan. He's
Right,
not.
right.
Unless he got crazy mouth game, like there's no way that, and he's dealing with a dizzy broad, there's no way that that's happening. Because it's like, what am I going to get out of this?
Right.
When you got money and you are one of these, you know, wealthy people and you lead with money, women are trying to get that bag.
They
so
are.
they're like,
I'll do whatever.
clap 3 times, you said?
Yeah.
Right. But you know
Okay.
what? Sometimes I think too that it's like you said, the money leverage, but I think that they get turned on that they have so much power.
That's what it is.
So y'all, what was example I use, Squid Game. Remember the show Squid Game? And they're
Yeah.
like, they're making people do crazy things for
stuff.
money. So it's like it's more of like a power thing. Like,
Yeah.
look how powerful I am that I'm making you do this low-key, embarrassing, humiliating ass shit.
Absolutely.
And I feel like they get more off on that thought than the actual act of the sex of whatever y'all are doing.
You nailed that question.
That
That's
makes
it.
sense.
That's what it is. It's the power of control. It's the power of your word holding so much weight, when in reality it's just the idea of your income that holds so much weight. And that's why the more money you make, the more weird stuff happens. Like, listen,
feel like
I've
it's a
had men
strange
with
thing.
I've had men with money. You know, I got me a little past and stuff. You know, I started my stuff as a sugar baby. I've done some things.
Right,
okay?
right,
I've
right.
met some people. And I've come this close to I actually gave a man a heart attack one time.
Oh my
Because
God.
He died?
He did not die. Thank
Oh, Lord
God.
have
Yes,
mercy.
thank
Thank
God
God.
he didn't die.
Because if he died, all I got from him was 2 Easter baskets and a good dinner at the spot with a good host.
Easter basket
I'm serious.
is crazy.
I'm serious. Look, I was like broke, and it was Easter time, and I was like, I need some baskets. That's when I was basic. I should have been asking for some
I
bread
have never heard of
basket.
somebody asking for an Easter
Baby.
basket.
No, I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I
Basket.
just shamelessly plugged it.
Okay.
I just dropped a little breadcrumb.
Little
here and
nugget.
there. Yeah, like, you know, what's your day tomorrow? What's your day? Well, I gotta go get some Easter baskets for the kids. Boom, they had Easter baskets.
No,
Okay, so it was an Easter basket for you to get to your kids.
Yeah, for me to give to the kids.
Okay.
So
And that worked.
Not my Easter basket.
I was like, what is an Easter basket that you
How
want
old
so
were
damn
you?
But that
No,
really works,
but-
dropping a little nugget
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I teach a whole course on how
Yeah.
to drop little gems like that. We call them cookie crumbs, and they work
Every time. I
Oh, yeah.
promise. That's how I got a laptop.
Girl.
I told this dude, I said, yeah.
Girl, the
I'm about to
testimonials
go.
on my page are endless, honey.
Yeah.
I said, I'm about to go to the mall tomorrow to get a MacBook. He was like, it's all right. I'll go get it for you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I love now.
Yeah.
I was not about to go to the mall.
Nowhere near in bed, bitch, chilling,
And pay her
Hair
for
wrap.
3 days.
bonnet on.
Like the
Okay,
Works
go back to
like
the
a
story
charm.
time.
so I've dealt with, you know, men that have a lot of money, and they want weird shit to happen because they're in those swinger environments with people that have money. Because that is like, when you don't have money, it's like shame. Like, you don't even belong here.
Right,
you don't have enough
right.
power to be in this place. So often, and I know because, you know, I dealt with a broke baby daddy before who was like, let's do this. And I was like, no.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like,
How
he's like,
dare you.
how about we bring up? No. Like, no. It doesn't, it's not giving because you don't have any leverage, right?
Right.
Like, men have this king complex, like, because I'm fine or because I got a long D or whatever, that I'm supposed to just have you do whatever. You submissive, you my woman. Like, no.
Yeah.
You don't have no money.
You got to work for that.
I'm not, my mind is not made up because you don't have no money.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, once I do this, what am I getting in exchange? Like, we operate by that. Humans operate like that. We don't just give. We expect to receive.
Right,
And it's
yeah.
not like, I did this sexual thing for you, now give me some money. It's like, if I do this for you, what are you going to do for me that I want?
Right.
And, you know, when
So
you
do
ain't got no
people-
money, them options are far and few.
Right. So do
We can't
people, when they
bargain.
look at that,
No bargaining chip. Where's your bargaining chip?
So do you feel like though, like that's kind of like just another form of like high level prostitution, kind of?
I mean, you can call it what you want, but you won't call me broke. You can say whatever you want to say, but you're going to sit there
Well,
with
I
your
mean-
check, and I'm going to be over here with mine.
Right. I mean, I agree with
Because
you.
for me, it's like, you are going to give something and you're going to get something.
Yeah.
Right.
What that something is entirely up to you.
Mhm.
It could be basic. It could be just time and time exchange.
Mhm.
It could be time and money exchange. It could be time and action exchange. It could be whatever you want it to be.
Right.
But we all have control of what it is.
Mhm.
And really the women that scream that are the women that, number one, again, are still single. Number two, they haven't been able to keep a man for a very long time.
Right.
And number three, those are the women that believe that were raised to be like, work really hard and you don't need no man for nothing. and do things on your own. Don't let anybody throw anything in your face. You could throw whatever you want in my face.
I agree. It's always
I'ma just turn the other
always
cheek.
those women for sure. Like, and they don't even know how to get anything out of a man.
No, that's
they're
why
dating.
I'm
So they
turning
like,
the other
oh,
cheek.
it's prostitution. It's not. When I think of prostitution, maybe I'm wrong in my definition, but I be thinking of somebody who is selling pussy to multiple people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think if you're dating somebody and you expect them,
Absolutely.
this man that you're dating, you expect him to do things
Absolutely.
for you,
Right.
and you expect him to make it worth your while, that is not prostitution.
I just feel like they have
I'm getting something,
Absolutely.
you getting something. You
Right.
gonna want something too.
Absolutely.
I think they just have a problem too with the fact that, like you said, it's a problem that women want providers.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's such a taboo thing to want a man to provide, a man to pay the bills.
Because single moms raised us.
Right.
Right? The single mom struggle, I call it single mom syndrome because it's real. When you're raised by a single mom who didn't have a man in her life that took care of her and provided for her, protected her in that way, you have a tendency of falling in them footsteps. And now you're like, I don't need a man for anything. I got it. I don't want nobody throwing anything in my face. I don't want to feel like I owe you anything.
Right.
Why would you feel like that? You should already know that you owe something in exchange for something.
Yeah.
You don't go to the bank and take out money because you didn't work.
Right.
You had to go do work in order to get paid. Everything in life is an exchange.
It is.
Right?
Right.
So it's all an energy exchange. It's some kind of exchange. So for, people that feel like, I don't want to owe nobody, or I don't want to, that's single mom syndrome for real. You were raised by a woman who was a single mom. She told you you're a strong woman. You don't need a man for nothing. Don't let a man take care of you because he'll leave you. Those are her experiences. And I'm sorry for her. And I'm sorry to that man. But I'm not about to be sorry. My mom was a single mom. I watched her struggle. I watched her take care of things. She's still doing things that as a woman in her 60s should not be doing when you have a whole husband. Shout out to my mom. And sorry, Dad, I'm not trying to play you, but it's just true.
Right.
Maybe you need this truth. Because it's real. Like, she inspired him to start moving and shaking, though. Now he's started his own business. He does, grass cutting and this and that. She leveled him up for real. Because my mom is a boss in every right.
Right.
And so she elevated him. He's watching her winning and he's like, damn, I want that for myself. And if he didn't turn that on, it would create animosity in the relationship.
For sure.
It would make, now she got a queen complex because I got to take care of everything, make all the decisions, do everything. And you just sitting back, working a little regular job, coming home and watching TV or whatever you do.
Right.
Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to be with somebody that's moving and shaking.
It's crazy that you say that because I was raised by a single mother as well. And growing up, my dad passed away when I was very young. I was like 3 when my dad passed away. And he left my mom a whole bunch of money so she was able to, because we were born in California, so we were able to, with that money, move back to Orange. She bought like a whole plot of land, built us this really big house. Like, I grew up really spoiled. She was able to put herself through school and provide for us. So it's like, I grew up with a single mom, but my mom always told me, yeah, we living good, and because your dad made sure no matter what, we were taken care of.
Right.
So it's crazy because I do see that single mom syndrome you're talking about.
Absolutely.
But it has never been in me because my mom always let me know, like, your dad made sure we were good. Like, I always grew up with her telling stories about my dad, letting me know. And I'm like, yeah, I want a man. I want a man that's going to be able to take care of me while he's here. And if he's long gone, my family's still going to be taken care of.
Absolutely.
But I do see that a lot. So many men being like, oh, well, my mom she did this and she did that on her own. And I always say, that bitch was depressed.
Yeah.
She hated life.
Yeah,
And
she
I
did.
always feel like, what they got to do with me?
Right. Nobody
What
wants
to
to
do with
be
You
working.
telling me what your mama went through? Okay, I don't want to have to go through
I don't
that.
want to go through
If you
that.
want somebody
Let me
that's
set
okay
another
with
standard.
struggle love,
Right.
you go find somebody that's okay with struggle
And
love.
to me, that's not admirable.
It's
like, why do we
not.
want to see black women having to struggle and ride or die
Right.
so bad? Aren't y'all tired of that same
I'm exhausted.
story?
Yes.
Destroyed from it. I'm over it.
Yes.
Right. And from my perspective, like, I grew up in a 2-parent household and all I ever seen was my dad provide. So why wouldn't I want a man that can do the same?
Absolutely. And that's where that mindset comes from.
Right.
You're previous experiences and your parents' previous experiences.
Right.
What did she go through? And you should have a mindset of like, oh, I want totally opposite of that. Not, well, this is how she taught me and this is what my mom taught me to do.
Right.
Well, how was that for her? How
Right.
did that work out for her?
Yep.
Was she happy? Was she fulfilled? Was she satisfied? Was she, waking up whenever she wanted to and moving how she wanted to and living the life she wanted to live? Or did you never see her because she was busting ass, working 2-3 jobs, and you raised your own siblings because she was never around? And why would you sign up for that?
Right.
Right.
That's crazy. And we have the power to decide right now that like, okay, I've been living like this for a really long time. I'm done. I'm not struggle loving no more. I'm not showing up to the table empty-handed either.
Right.
And I'm not gonna go run off and get married to somebody to secure the bag. Because that's really why women think that it's a flex. It is not a flex to get engaged and married in 3 to 6 months of you meeting somebody. Because next year, that's a whole new nigga.
A whole new person.
Okay.
You don't know that man.
It's a whole
child.
new man next
I say
year.
that all the time.
For me, it's like, look, get married when you want to, do your own thing, but it's not a flex because the divorce rate is up and over 50%. Okay,
Yeah.
period. Statistics
Yes.
show that marriage is up and over 50%.
Yeah.
Why would you sign up for that? Why not make sure that when you get into a relationship with somebody, you're not looking for the end goal of like, we be so scared that I'm gonna spend 10 years with this man and I ain't got no ring. And when he leaves, I'm gonna be left with nothing. Girl, bye, build.
Right.
Build right now. Build starting today and next month and next year and the following year. Because again, by death or by dishonor, he's going to go. And when he does, what will you be left with?
Yeah.
Are you going to be left with a capped income because he left you a little life insurance policy? Now you got to figure out how to, spend a little here and a little sprinkle there and a little, I can't get myself the things that I used to be able to have because now I'm living off this fixed income. Or you're going to build yourself that salon and have other people do the work so you can sit back and collect the coins. Are you going to build that hair company? Are you going to build that whatever, right? That home-based business? Are you going to build it while you're with him so that when he's gone, because he will leave, you are left with something? That's why we're like, oh, I'm gonna run off and get married. You ain't married me in a year. I'm just a substitute. I'm just a Passover chick. I'm not the woman that you really want to be with. I'm not because you didn't get married in a year. No, what have you done in that year?
Right.
What have you done to make him want to keep you long term? What have you put together that makes sure you got something once he leaves?
And
But what if sometimes they are the Passover cheek though?
I mean, build. Because even if you the Passover chick, you could pass by me all you want.
But you gonna leave me with
leave me
Is you
with
gonna
little
leave me with
something.
something?
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with
Yeah,
something.
that is so.
It's right now. I'm leaving here
That's
with
a good
something.
philosophy though.
But I do want to say too, because I like the fact that you touched on like loving somebody and loving your partner and bringing all that to the table as well. Because I do feel like a lot of times women are even dating men just because they have money and they're getting all these things. But like I said, do what y'all want. But I am a big lover too. Like I need all of the elements. I need somebody.
We
who's
know, girl. We
efficient.
be listening to
I
you.
need somebody who has the money, but
love muncher.
I need that love and affection. Like I've had men who have all the money and can buy me anything in the world, but it's like that passion wasn't there. I need that passion. I need it all the time. So it's like, I think it's important that people know that your message does come with love as well. Because like I said,
Absolutely.
when I first looked at your page, I was like, girl, what's she trying to tell the girls? But now it's like getting into it. It's like, yes, because you said, like, I've never been able to really define love for myself. But for people who can define it for themselves, love can be measurable to some people.
It has to be measurable. If it's not, you're not in love. You're in like.
Right.
You're in lust. You're not in love. Because love is a measurable thing. I love you because you do this.
Yeah.
I love you because you provide that.
Yeah.
I love you because you don't just love people.
Just cause.
Just because. Like, you don't give a damn about most people.
Right.
You might, see somebody that needs a little help and you care, but you don't care because you love them. You care because you're genuinely a good person and you operate in that space. But you don't love them, so you do it for them. Like, there's plenty of people we deal with in the day-to-day. We don't love them.
That's
Right.
true.
If they died tomorrow, you wouldn't shed a tear. You'd be like, damn.
That's fucked
That's
up.
fucked up.
Damn.
They hurt the city with that one.
Man, I just seen him yesterday.
Okay,
Hurt
so
the city is wild.
man, they did. That's what they be saying, right? You fucked up the city with this one. That's what they
Yeah,
said.
they
do be
Man,
saying.
you fucked up the city
And
with
3
that
people
one,
know
bro.
that man. There is 12 people at the funeral.
Damn, Leroy. Fucked up the city, man.
And Leroy getting cremated because he had no coins. He getting cremated. You ain't even
little
seeing him
Leroy.
in his
Damn,
afterlife. He in
Leroy.
a box, dusty still.
Not the pine
I know,
box.
dusty
No
when you here, you
headstone.
dusty when you leave. Damn.
No headstone,
Leroy.
no nothing.
Nothing.
They said to dust
Nothing.
you shall return.
See? Okay, so we gonna move on. So we do agree about the bedroom thing, though. Rich men be taking shit too far in the bedroom sometimes.
I think sometimes absolutely they
Yeah.
be taking shit too far. 'Cause who about to do that?
I'm not gonna lie.
What's the
The
wildest
first,
thing that a rich man asks you to do in the
He
bedroom?
on him.
Oh, that's not sexy.
yeah,
I wouldn't want
I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
y'all.
I might be
like-
turned on though. I'm not gonna hold you.
You
'Cause I
wanna
like
be
a little
turned on,
power.
bro?
I like a little power exchange.
Okay.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't mind a little power exchange.
I
think
don't mind
me
power.
I
older-
tried some strange things with my man. He was like, "Bitch, you better not. You go ahead and try. You go ahead and try. You be on the first thing chugging." And I was like,
But
okay.
I will say this: sometimes
All right, fine.
they introduce you to things you like because I'm
That's
not gonna lie.
true.
The
Like,
first
you
time
sure? Okay,
I did
all
a
right.
little butt play.
I'm just checking.
You sure about that?
I'm
Yeah.
just checking.
The first time I had a little like butt play, like anal play, was with like a rich guy, and I had
Yeah.
never done nothing like that before. But I ended up liking
Like
it.
it.
A man with money loves sticking stuff in your butt. I don't know what it is.
And vice
And
versa.
sometimes they like a little something
Girl.
they
Look, that's the one thing. Look, I be testing just to see because I feel like if you let me do stuff to your butt, you let other people do stuff to your
I
butt.
know.
too.
Yeah.
So I be testing every once in a while. He in the studio like, oh my gosh, she's telling all that. Yeah, because I be testing. I'm like, you sure? Just a little.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
he be
gonna lie.
like,
The first
absolutely
like
not.
Absolutely.
the guy, the
4.5
man
years
like
is
that
still
too.
a hell no.
yeah,
He
see,
don't play that shit. He
yeah.
let me do a lot of shit, but he be like, when it comes to the booty,
Yeah,
Like,
I
no,
do not play
no.
that.
It's stop in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
he be like, why you playing?
Yeah,
he
doing
do-
too much.
My man now do not play. But the first time, like I said, I was like doing that stuff and like had tried it. He was so into it, but like looking back on it, was like obviously he is. I wouldn't be like if something came out that he was like into some kinky ass shit.
You wouldn't
like
be-
a
wouldn't be
story
shocked.
came out, I would not be shocked.
Yeah.
because he's in the industry. You know, he's made a lot of money. He be around them people.
Yeah.
So I just would not be shocked.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways, moving on from
That's a story for
from you freaky ass niggas.
You freaky ass nigga.
Y'all niggas is some freaks. So
Now it's time
Yeah.
to get into the bow.
hey,
The bow.
bow,
The bow.
bow. We vibing today. I'm having a
I'm
good
here for
time.
it. I'm here for it.
Okay, so the bop of the week is whatever music that you've been listening to this week. And y'all know I'm an R&B girl. If you haven't, make sure y'all get, because it's Valentine's Day, so y'all know I dropped my late night playlist. So it's going to be in the bio. Y'all listen, this is going to be the vibe. After you went on your Valentine's Day date, play this little playlist, y'all. It's going to set the mood. But anyways, I have a new bop of the week. It's called To the Moon by a group called Smile High. I don't know if it's a group or just one person, but I love the fact, like, I'm a Spotify girl. And my Spotify just really knows me. And I feel like that's how I just be coming up on such good music. Like, I love new R&B. I feel like R&B is not dead. And I just have the most random, good-ass music pop up on my Spotify. I love Spotify. I'm just like a Spotify girl. So Spotify, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, and cut the check.
Yes,
We
that's
said
what
that
y'all
about
need
5
to do.
times now.
For real. Because I done made a lot of playlists. Okay.
Spotify, run that back.
Yeah, so it's called To the Moon by Smile High. Super dope R&B track. You'll like it if you're an R&B girly. What you think, Andrea?
Girl, so 21 Savage came out with
I
an
knew it.
album. And I love Brent Faiyaz. So I love the song with 21 Savage and Brent Faiyaz. It's called Shoulda Wore a Bunny. That's my song. It's real good.
Okay. It's
I can't even step into this conversation because this is why I feel like I be old because the R&B I listen to is from the day.
Really?
From back in the day,
But I
little
like
Teddy
old school.
Pendergrass.
I
What
like
you
a
listen
little,
to?
maybe not that far.
Oh, I'm
back
about
in
to
the
say
day.
112.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a little.
A little one- a little Black
112,
Street.
Give me a little black.
Okay,
I
but
feel you though. I be still listening to
we
that.
love
too.
that.
Give me
It's crazy.
there's a meeting in
Yes.
My bedroom.
bedroom.
What? Now it's crazy though because I think Drea, you like the 90s R&B.
I love 90s
I love
R&B.
90s R&B, but I feel like I know your nigga does this too.
Wait.
My man loves old school R&B.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
that is all he listens to. Like,
Yeah.
but I love that. And one thing I will say that I have learned too, I connect with a lot of high value men with music, creative stuff.
Okay.
They love that. When you can get in that bag, that deep in that music bag with them.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna get them every time.
No, you never lie. You never lie.
I'm
Well,
telling
my man is a white Russian Jew, so we listen to some different things in my
Y'all
house.
listen to Elton John.
Look,
We can get in our Elton John bag too, girl.
Listen, he got us listening to like. So honestly, he put me on to some Russian music. I don't know what the hell they talking about, but it sound good.
It's good.
They could be talking trash about whatever. I don't even know, but it sound good. But he does have a good music taste. Like he'll listen to a little bit of everything. But what shocked me was this man talk about put on some Tunchi, some Lil Wayne.
Okay, Universal.
Excuse me, sir. What?
Everybody loves
He will
Lil
put
Wayne.
He will put on the Black Album from Jay-Z or whatever and bump it for real and be in
Yeah.
the car like a whole he a vibe.
I'll say that too. I
He's
feel
a vibe.
like hip hop.
But we don't have sex to music though. But we're gonna start now.
Really?
Y'all
You
should.
just said my man in the
Yes.
bedroom and what he listens to in R&B, and I'm like, we be in the bedroom listening to each other breathe.
Oh,
That
Yeah,
is
we got a
not
little
that sexy.
playlist.
Yeah,
Now
we
that I
definitely-
think about it,
Yes, I love
Yeah.
having sex to
You
music.
send me that playlist, girl.
I got you, girl.
Yeah,
It's real
I might have to
romantic.
get me some tonight. We get in late too. We fly in late.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel
love
like you
having
gotta
sex
have
to
two
music.
different playlists. You gotta have like a,
Like the
sexy
bang,
R&B,
bang,
and then you
bang
gotta have like a
playlist.
trap playlist.
Yeah.
Okay. You like fucking the trap?
Sometimes when I'm trying to fuck.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
You know,
You like
sometimes-
21.
Yeah.
When you like on them nights you
like
drunk.
sweaty?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes you want to make a little love. Sometimes you want to get pounded. You want to go to
go with
Pound
that.
Town.
You know what? Not Pound Town. Please tell me you're not doing Pound Town. Oh my Lord. Fix it, Jesus.
But yeah, I love the passion. So I love to play a little tune. And, have my little lingerie on, all that stuff. Because I'm a person like I sleep in the nude. I sleep naked.
Me too.
But I'm so big on like I love just feeling sexy and being sexy for my man. So it's like I always like go to bed and like my little matching stuff or like a cute little set.
I really gotta step my lingerie game up.
Yeah, I have.
I
some
really do.
good
I really
I do
do.
too.
I
I have
gotta
a lot
step
of
my
cute
lingerie
little
game up.
pieces.
Even when I buy it, I got Fenty stuff with the tags on and still ain't put it on. Cause by the time I get to the bedroom, it's like we here now.
Yeah,
Might as well just
yeah.
get naked.
I will say a
We
lot
here
of
now. You gonna get this Dr. Teal sleep spray. That's what I'm putting on. Dr. Teal.
I will
sleep
say
spray.
now, mostly I do be walking around naked because it's like that's how it is. But when I do try to match.
Do you feel like that makes it less exciting for a man when you already just be walking around how you walking around?
You know,
My
Or do you
man
feel
taught
like
me
a
that.
little bit of something and a little, get a little to the imagination?
I
kinda
think
thing?
that it just depends on your man. Too.
Yeah.
Because different
I
men
agree.
like different. Because I used to like this guy that I used to date. He loved me in lingerie. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why my lingerie collection is so extensive. Because he used to love seeing me dress up. My man now he cannot get enough of my body. He
Yeah.
loves seeing every time he see me, it's like the first time he seen me naked.
Aw.
So that's why I be like, okay, I'll walk around naked because that's what he likes.
Okay.
So, I'll throw on a little something cute if I want to.
Right.
Just I like to feel sexy because
Yeah, yeah.
lingerie does make us feel sexy.
Oh, it
It
absolutely
does, yeah.
does.
But I be walking around naked because that's what he likes. So I be naked.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
my man hated. He be like, you need to wear lingerie.
I seen this skin already.
Yeah, but he be, and don't get me wrong, like he be excited when I'm naked too, but he be like, I don't know, it just turned him on for me to like get undressed.
That's that imagination thing I was talking about. Like it just adds a little
a little
something.
something, a
to the-
little.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I be feeling sexy in the lingerie.
I do too, yeah.
He be
I
like,
do too.
every time if I get in the bed with clothes on, he be like, why you got that on?
You know what I do need to focus on though is getting out of the bedroom. After 4.5
Oh
years,
yeah.
you tend to like get in the bed and
Yep.
that's when the horny hit you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to we used to in the kid like don't eat off my countertops.
Oh, I know that's
No.
right.
You never know what you're gonna
Yeah,
get.
I know what you
And
might
now I got a brand new
find.
kitchen, so we're gonna have to break that thing
Yes,
out.
you have to.
Yeah, he just built me
You
a brand new
definitely
kitchen,
have
girl,
to.
floor to ceiling, custom everything.
Yeah,
I'm about to
like,
go on everything.
I'm telling you, have to. I feel
Yeah, I
like
think I
having
do.
sex outside of the bedroom, like that's fun.
Yeah, it needs
It
my
is.
juice.
In the
I agree.
bathroom, Go to the guest room.
Ain't that where juice belong anyway?
I'm
in the
telling
kitchen. You
you.
supposed to drink it in the kitchen.
Yes. It's fun. It's a good time. They got disinfectant wipes. Wipe it off.
Go ahead,
Little
wipe
Lysol
it down.
never hurt nobody.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So now it's time to get into our favorite segment of the show, which is Pour Your Heart Out. So if you have any questions, you can always send them to askpourminds@gmail.com. That's askpourminds@gmail.com.
All right, what we got today? Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
Period.
All right, let's see. Question number 1. I'm a 28-year-old female who has been struggling to get someone. My friends tell me that I'm too picky, but I believe I can't settle for just what's available just because I need to be in a relationship. I tend to overthink a lot, which messes me up a lot because it seems like I'm stuck in this situation and I won't find someone. I recently found someone who was a year younger than me. P.S. That's the first person who's younger than me that I've ever been with. We got a good thing going on, but he broke things off after 2 months because he's going through some things in his life and he left like he's dragging me down with it. It messed me up because I lowered my expectations and ended up being broken, which I didn't see coming by. It's almost a month since it happened, but I'm still hurting and I can't seem to move on. Kindly help. Regards, Wanjiku Stella.
Well, I'll say this. Your first mistake was lowering your standards. You never get anything good out of lowering your standards. Ever.
I agree. Yeah.
Ever. Like, I can think of one specific situation where I was like, okay, it's better to talk to him than talk to nobody. And it was just horrible. I didn't get my heart broken. I'm like, what am I doing?
Wasting time.
You're wasting your time for what? And I think that was a good point that you made earlier. We need to stop being afraid of being lonely. When you're by yourself, you learn so much about yourself and you can really, really grow. I don't know why people are scared to grow and be in uncomfortable zones because that's when you're going to find a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're not looking and you're working on yourself, that's when that person going to come along and you're going to be like, oh my God, where did this come from?
Yeah.
That's what I meant by proximity. Like, when we're focused on something, the universe just shows up and delivers. But it doesn't have as keen of a listening ear as we think. We listen to these girls talk, I manifested this, I manifested that. Faith without work is dead. You can manifest till the cows come home, honey. But if you're not putting in the work and making it happen, you're not going to manifest it. So if you're not getting outside and you just want to meet a man, you're going to meet him wherever you go.
Yeah.
And if you go to some, raggedy places, you're going to meet a raggedy person. And you also are what you attract. So the fact that, she said, I feel like I'm never going to find somebody. I feel like this, I feel like that. Those things tend to devalue you inside your mental, which exudes in your energy.
Yes.
And so it's not that you lowered your standard or that your standard was too high. It's about the fact that you got to be operating in excellence in order to attract that excellence. Like, I'm pretty sure if we asked her a question and slid in her DM, I'm sure she got some things going on in her life too. Some things that got her, a little beside herself and not quite on the track that she wants to be. She may have some goals that she hasn't accomplished yet. And so, for one, thank you for sharing the question because it opens up our eyes to, the possibilities of what happens when. And my advice would be to focus on something that brings you joy so that the person that you meet in your life can only add to that. You'll be able to see those red flags from the rip.
Right. And I'll say it seems like when she got out of the situation, she was able to look back and be like, oh, I lowered my standard or whatever the case was. But I bet in that moment, whenever you met him, you didn't feel like you were lowering your standards because you were receiving what you thought you deserved at that moment.
And girl, you only hurt because you're horny.
Right.
Just love on you. Take you to the spa, buy you some flowers, ship them like you ain't know who they came from.
And I just say, if you picky, stay picky. You know what you want and don't settle.
And I feel like when I started taking better care of myself, that's when it's like now I have somebody who like takes like when I say, okay, if he's not doing something I like, it's received and it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you take care of yourself and somebody sees that, they want to take care of you.
Absolutely. And I noticed that in myself when I start slipping and I start, like we talked earlier about like the BBL blow up, right? Like after the BBL blow up, if you don't do right by yourself.
Right.
That's exactly where I was for the last like 6 months. And it changed the way I felt about myself and it changed my outward energy.
Right.
It changed how I treated my man. It changed how I treated myself, my friendships, my relationships were all impacted because I wasn't taking care of her
Yep.
and continuing to become her. And so once I got comfortable, everything started to kind of stagnate around me. And now that I'm, moving into this realm of like, okay, elevate again. Let's get into it. Then the opportunities pop up, the
Yep.
shows pop up, the collabs pop up, the different things in my life that I am excited by, they pop up, and it just changes how I exude my energy. Like, if y'all had me on a show 6 months ago, I would not be a good time.
Right.
Because I was not in this space of like, I am growing. It's not about being happy, because growth hurts.
Right.
Right? It's more about like, am I in motion? Am I doing the things that get me to the end goal, that align me with excellence? And, if you want a good man of affluence, you got to be aligned with excellence.
I agree.
Period,
A
girl.
word.
Work on yourself. All right.
Yeah, and get you a rose.
Yes. We do
So you
need
don't
to
get
work.
you another broke boy.
Yes,
I'm a little-
because we get dickmatized.
We do.
So we need to lean on vibrators again when you want to call that man. Okay?
Pull it out.
Yeah, sit on that thing, girl. Play with it in the car. Do something exciting.
Play with it in the car is crazy. Don't give her no ideas.
Listen,
now.
I've been there, done it.
What? I used to keep it in the little joint in between the things.
That's what I
The
did.
little
too.
rose. Yeah. I make
Hey.
sure I had some stretchy pants on that day.
Not stretchy
Yeah,
pants.
it take me 2 exits.
Easy
for me to be
access.
I am
almost
with
crashing cars and shit.
Sometimes you need a midday pick me up.
Okay.
Or
All
put
right.
me down. Whatever.
Whatever.
Question number 2. Hi, ladies. Just wanted to start by saying I really love y'all. I've been a supporter since Wind Down Wednesdays, and I'm proud of the growth. Y'all really got me through my breakup of 15 years by watching the pod.
Wow.
It uplifted me and rebuilt my confidence. So thank you for being bad bitches, but also real women of substance. Now on to my question. Have you ever had to let a nigga go for being too well endowed? Dick just too big, like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I'm dating now, and I really like this guy, but IDK if I can take the dick. I'm trying to toughen up and be a G about it, but I don't know. What would you do if you were in this situation? And if I do decide to keep it going, do you have any tips for positions when you're dealing with a real BDB? Love y'all.
I don't know. I feel like I would
I'm
have
in
to let
shambles.
that go.
I'm not, okay, so
I
this
would
is
have
what...
to let that go.
I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I said, when you've been having sex with one person for a really long time, and then y'all break up, and then you start dating someone else, your body needs an adjustment period to get used to new dick.
That's true.
Like, dicks are all different sizes now.
Yup.
Somebody may, like, if you go from having sex with somebody with a really big dick, then you go to have sex with somebody with like an average size dick, you might think that dick is small. But once you start fucking him for a while, you're like, oh shit, his dick is not small. Your body just had...
And you be telling your friends like, girl, he be hitting the spot.
Yeah, like...
He not that big, but
Yeah,
He
but
be
then
making
you
you
realize,
like,
like,
know how to
okay,
move.
your body has to adjust. So if it's just sex, like y'all are just fucking and you're not enjoying it, of course, stop having sex.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that you like, you have to, women, we got to give ourselves an adjustment period. Because I've been through that before. Like, and I was like, oh my God, this is so painful for me. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's like my body adjusted. I got used to it and I started taking that dick, girl.
But I don't know. I feel like some
and
people
then a
got
6
like
month readjustment period after.
right.
And I was ready.
A 6 month, but I always say this, like when I'm dating somebody, I like to have sex. I'm a very sexual person. I be having a lot of sex. So y'all gotta do it a lot. I don't think there's necessarily a position, but I will say make sure he's not ramming you.
Yeah.
And make sure you
And you know what? That could be a part of the problem is
Yes.
that he's not taking care of her body
Yes.
to allow her to open up to those levels.
Right.
Yup.
And you might just got the good old snitchy snatchy. You know what I mean?
Yup.
You
That's
might
what I
have
was
this.
gonna say.
You might have a red snapper.
Yeah.
She might
but-
got a little shallow pussy.
But I mean, it's also just like men, they get overly excited and it shows.
Yep.
So when we get overly excited, things open up.
Yes.
You know what I
That's
mean? And so
true.
make sure that he's taking the time with you to nurture your body the way you need it.
Mhm.
That way, when the time comes, now you might be dealing with a 8 foot, but if it ain't that, because too big is too big, right?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes
too big
big
is
is
too
big.
Sometimes
big.
it's just too
Yeah.
big.
So I don't know how big
And that's probably why his ass single now. He
Right,
can't keep a
he
woman
can't-
that want to drive through her spirit every
That's
time.
what I'm saying. 'Cause I don't want nothing that's feeling like it's up in my throat now.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, any tips is like you have to relax. Like, I think if you're going into it knowing like he got a big dick and you already tensed up, you not wet down there, it's not gonna be enjoyable because you already know this nigga got a big dick and I'm not about to enjoy this. It's like, no, maybe take some more time on the floor play and relax.
Y'all need to sitting at home right now and she like, they don't understand.
Yeah, that I know
she is like bottle service every time.
I'm not like bottle service. He's coming out like that with the dick. Hey.
Sparklers.
So I would say let's try to let your body.
And this is not a celebration.
It is not. I'm crying. I feel like it's a funeral every time.
Yeah, I would say try to adjust, but if it's too big and you're just not enjoying it, you'll probably have to move on.
Yeah, just let it go, see.
Yeah, because I ain't taking no big old horse thing. I can't do it.
I don't need no Mandingo.
Yeah. So, and there's some girls out there with a
that love
that vagina that love it.
Yeah, they like,
they waiting on them. They like, who's
my
girl?
kidney, baby.
I don't like
Not
that.
me. I want my kidneys.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
don't
need
like,
all my
some girls
insides
like that
to be in place.
I don't. That doesn't even sound good. Pass.
I'll pass.
1 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Good luck to my girl. Okay, do we have a voicemail today for the shot line? No voicemail.
No voicemail.
Y'all make sure y'all call in, and if y'all want to, get things off of your chest, make sure y'all leave us a voicemail. The number is at the bottom. And let us know where they can find you, how they can sign up for your courses and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So you can find me at Sweet2 Elite, SWEET 2 Elite on all platforms. Everywhere you look, I'm there. And if you're interested in working with me, you can slide in a DM with Put Me in Coach. I am not a cheap coach and I am not Jesus. You will take this collection plate before I save you. But I do have some things that, if you're not ready to really jump out the window, you can start working for $20. You know what I mean? You don't have to pour in completely, but the more you invest in yourself, the more you'll find that men are willing to invest in you. So if you're finding that men aren't really providing for you or giving to you or pouring into you, it's likely because you're not pouring in and investing in yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's very, very important that you find a community, a coach, just like y'all watch the show because it resonates with you and you grow and you learn, and we kiki a lot. But through the kiki cackle is growth, right? And so we find new perspectives and things that challenge us and change us. And I encourage you to continue to do that. Find a community. If it's not mine, that's okay. Just find one. Because when you do, it will 10x your growth so fast. I mean, we pay for everything, for knowledge from anywhere. We went to school, educated ourselves. You don't change your own tire. You go to the mechanic for an oil change. You pay somebody to teach you these things. I am that teacher. I am that guru that's going to get you to where you want to go in a short period of time. Houses, cars, businesses. Like my students, you should see the testimonials on my page, baby.
I see.
Yeah, that's why you thought we was doing something strange for some change.
I might have to sign up myself.
My students have a come up. It's a total lifestyle transformation because they don't understand and realize that this perspective, this Sweet 2 Elite, that's where it came from.
Okay.
We went from sugar to, real setup.
Real setup.
The real soft life.
Yeah, because you sugar babies, y'all ain't getting that suger for real.
Y'all is not getting the sugar.
No, the Splenda is serious.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
And before we ended, we have a little gift for you. We wanted to give you some Ellis. We love this. We love this liquor. It's a cream-based liquor, and it's really, really good. So, you can put it in your coffee. You can make you some little boozy dessert.
I love me some
cream. You can take you a little shot of it.
So it's like a little Valentine's Day. You and Buki can get a little drunk.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Thank y'all. I love me a little gift. That's my love language now. I'll be back next week.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. Oh, and before we go real quick, what are y'all's Valentine's Day plans?
I'm going on a little date.
You going on a little date or whatever?
I'm definitely going to do a little date,
but I don't know yet.
We didn't plan anything yet.
Yeah, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping
really
that my man plans something.
I'm really going to try to hit the airline for real. And
really?
Get somewhere warm. Yeah, it's
going on a little
trip.
Yeah, it is.
Go somewhere.
I'm going to be in Houston with my friend, taking care of my friend because she's going through something. But we trying to figure it out. I'm gonna have to do Valentine's Day after Valentine's. So when we go out,
find you one of them little pop-up Valentine's restaurant flip turnover event things. Get you a boomerang.
I know. Get you a boomerang. My man loves me, y'all.
Ain't nobody gonna know. Get you a little boomerang, girl.
So yeah, we figured it out. But happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day,
y'all.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Ciao for now.
This is Valentine's Day. And we gonna show y'all how to love and make sweet, sweet love. Y'all ready, ladies?
Yeah. Ready.
Just rock with us like this real quick. I used to think that I wasn't fine enough, and I used to think that I wasn't wild enough.
But I won't waste my time trying to figure out why you playing games. What's this all about?
And I can't believe you're hurting me. I met your girl, what a difference.
What you see, yeah, you ain't seen in me, but I guess it was all just make-believe.
Oh, love, never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found you.
Now you're gone, what am I gonna do?
So empty, my heart, my soul can't go on without you. My rainy days fade away when you come around. Please tell me, baby, why you go so far away? Why you go, love? Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found you.
Man, shout out to our girl in the motherfucking building. Period. I'm tired, bitch.
Yeah.
She got some lungs
She got
on
some
her.
lungs. Yeah, she wins.
Shit.
Yeah.